everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute since I've done my reading update, so I'm here to update you on July and August reading. I read 2 physical books in this time, the first one being The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren. This book is very cutesy rom-com vibes. It's about this couple who's not really a couple, but they both went to college together, and he is the son of a billionaire who owns this mega grocery store chain, and he's trying to get his inheritance, and he has to go to a wedding, and they fake a marriage. And there's one room, they're sharing a room, sharing a bed, and it's not really enemies to lovers, but there's definitely some banter between them. And it's cute. I gave it 4 stars, and this was one of my book of the month picks for last year, I believe. Next, I read One Italian Summer by Rebecca Searle. I'm not really sure how you say her name, but this was so fun to read because if you've been following my videos, you know that my husband and I went to Italy for our honeymoon this year, and it actually mentions places that we went to as far as restaurants and stuff. So it was really cool. That's one reason why I wanted to read it this summer. I've actually had this book for a couple years and never read it. It's a short little book. It's about this girl who lost her mom, and they had always planned on going to Italy. So she keeps her plans and decides to go and kind of figures out her life and stuff there. I also gave this 4 stars. If you've watched my videos before, you know I'm kind of lax on star ratings. I may go back and change this. It wasn't anything great, but it was cute and a short, nice little summer read, especially if you're going to Italy or have just been there. Next, on my Kindle, I read The Mirror House Girls by Faith Gardner. This book is kind of dark. It's culty vibes, and essentially this girl, the main character, she has been taking care of a sick relative who passed away, and she moves somewhere where she doesn't know a lot of people and gets connected to this girl from a grief group and becomes friends with her, and it spirals into this group that she joins that definitely turns culty. So if you're into that kind of vibe, I would say pick it up. If you're not, definitely stay away. I also gave this one 4 stars. It was okay. It wasn't anything great, not my favorite, but definitely interesting. Then I read Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter. Now, this is an older book, and I'm sure a lot of you have read it if you're a reader, but I had never read it before, and this is on Kindle Unlimited as well as The Mirror House Girls, and I also think that One Italian Summer is on Kindle Unlimited as well. But Pretty Girls is really good. I also gave it 4 stars, so see, like, my ratings are a little off. In my mind, Pretty Girls is higher ranked than some of these other ones, so I may go back and give it 5, or may keep it at 4 and go rank the other ones lower. I don't know. But Pretty Girls is very interesting. It's about these 2 girls who are sisters, and like 20, 30 years ago, they lost their other sister. She went missing, and they never found her. And it's in present day. This sister that's still alive, her husband actually dies in front of her. They get robbed, and she starts going through his stuff at home. They're very wealthy, and he has a lot of security, a lot of computers, things like that. She starts going through some of his stuff and finds some very gory, very weird and sexual content on his computers. Yeah, I guess that's really all I can say about that one if you haven't read it, but it's definitely good and has a lot of good twists in it. And if you like thrillers, I'd say definitely pick that one up. I would rank that one higher than The Mirror House Girls if you're into those kinds of books. Then I read The Butcher's Wife by R.J. Law. This is also on Kindle Unlimited. I saw this suggested in a TikTok video, and I have to say I did not like this book. I've been slow with my reading lately. I'm behind on my goal, and I just haven't been reading a lot. I've been doing other things. And this book took me forever to read and got me in a slump. I picked it up because it seemed like it was popular maybe. And I never read descriptions on books either. That's terrible. But I usually just go by self-recommendations or whatever. And it seemed like they liked this book a lot in the video. And it was on Kindle Unlimited and it was short. Well, the shortness did not matter for me because it took me forever to get through because I didn't like it. Basically, this woman goes to a guy and wants him to have a private investigator kind of follow her husband around, okay? The husband is into some nefarious things with his job or this group that he's a part of. Anyway, I just didn't think it was very interesting and didn't really enjoy the twists or anything. I just didn't think it was that great. So I gave it 2 stars. And then last but not least, I only read 6 books in these last 2 months, but the last one I read was The Fallback Plan by Melanie Jacobson. I was just looking for a cute fall rom-com to get in the fall mood. And this one was cute. I didn't really love the ending. Of course, all of these books are very cheesy and, well, not all of them, but a lot of them are very cheesy and you know you're not getting the best content with them. And I know that going in, of course. I'm a sucker for cheese and Hallmark vibes, all that kind of stuff. So I didn't care that much. However, the ending was just like a little But all in all, I liked it and liked the fall small town vibes. And I gave it 4 stars. So all of these books this month, or the last 2 months, besides The Butcher's Wife, I gave 4 stars. I need to go in and tweak those a little bit, but that's just a rough rating. As far as book of the month goes, I have picked 4 books in the last couple months. I have not read any of them yet, but the first one is The Amalfi Curse by Sarah Penner. Next is a rom-com called How Freaking Romantic by Emily Harding. A thriller called Forget Me Not by Stacey Willingham. And then The Seduction Theory by Emily Adrian. I believe this is just kind of like a contemporary fiction book. This one's short, so I may start this one next. I also picked a couple for September, and they are The Heartbreak Hotel and Promise Me Sunshine. So I'm excited to get those. I really want to reach my book of the month goal on their app, which is to read 15 by the end of the year. And I think I've done like half of that. So we'll see if I get it. If I don't, that's okay. I just find it harder to read physical books these days. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know your thoughts if you've read any of these books. And let me know what you're reading this fall. I can't wait to get into more fall rom-com books. I'm so excited. Oh, speaking of fall rom-com books, I wanted to mention these 2 books that my mom got me for my birthday that I asked for, which is Hunt and Howl. I saw these online. I thought they were super cute. They're monster boyfriend, small town romance books, so very witchy, very fall, and I can't wait to read them. So let me know again if you've read any of the books I mentioned or your thoughts on any of this, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video.